Hello again, year one. It's such a lovely sunny day here. I hope it's really sunny where you are as well. I'm really enjoying sitting here in the sun and recording these lessons. It's lovely. So, we are looking at our second half of what Muslims do on the Hajj. Do you remember last lesson we looked at the Kaaba? Do you remember what that was? A black box that Muslims walk around 7 times. And do you remember we looked at the 2 hills? Do you remember how many? Do you remember what they were? 2 hills that Muslims have to walk between 7 times. So this number 7 is very important. Let's have a look at the other things that Muslims do on the Hajj. Remember, you can be adding things to your sketchbook as we go along. So you can be pausing the video and drawing some of these things. So we looked at the Kaaba that they walk around 7 times. And we looked at the 2 special hills that they walk between 7 times. And now we're going to look at this. This is Mount Arafat. And next they travel here. So it takes them a while. It takes them maybe like an hour on the train or in a bus to get to Mount Arafat. And when they get there, this is the place where someone called Muhammad gave a special, almost like a lesson, like a speech. And he's very important to Muslims, very, very important. And what they do is they spend the night here on Mount Arafat. So, like I say, it's very hot in Mecca, so you can sleep outside, and they climb up on the rocks and they sleep there at this holy place. Many Muslims believe it's where the Prophet Muhammad gave his last speech, and they pray there as well. They pray until the sun goes down, and then they sleep. It's a very, very important site in Mecca for Muslims. So remember, you can be drawing this hill. You could be drawing this beautiful hill with all these little people on it sleeping and praying. And then, after they've been to Mount Arafat, they go to a very, very special part of Mecca. And they do something in this place called Mina. And they do something called the Jamarat, which is a very funny word. But Jamarat is a special act. So they have this big stone pillar in the middle, like a big stone, I don't know how to describe it, like a big stone block. And what they do is they pick up pebbles and they throw them at this big stone block. And the pebbles represent the devil, who is evil and horrible. And they pick up these pebbles and they throw them at the stone pillar, saying, "Get out, devil, we hate you." And it's all very what's called symbolic. So it's not really the devil, it's just a big stone block. But it is like they are throwing the stones at the devil. It's called the Jamarat. That's definitely something you could draw, the big stone pillars. You could go and have a look maybe for other pictures of the Jamarat, because it does look quite different from that angle. Okay, and once they've done that, they go and have their hair cut, which seems like quite an odd thing to do. But that proves they've been on the Hajj. So when they go back home, you'll see they have very, very short hair like me. And that proves that they've gone on the Hajj. It's very special. It's a nice end to their journey to have their hair cut to prove it. So here we can see 2 boys who've been on the Hajj, and they're just about to start cutting his hair. And they cut it very, very short. Right, and then finally, the Muslim pilgrims have to go back to the airport. So here, lots of people are getting on a flight back to a country called Pakistan, and the men underneath their hats are going to have very, very short hair because they finished their pilgrimage. And they have to fly back home. And actually, they have a special airport or a special terminal in an airport, especially for people going on this journey to the Hajj. So, things that we can include in our sketchbook today that we've looked at. Well, we looked at Mount Arafat and lots of Muslims praying and sleeping on Mount Arafat. And we looked at the Jamarat, which is where they throw stones at the pillar. And then we looked at the airport where they go home. So they start and end at the airport. And next lesson, we're going to look at people who help with the Hajj. So it's a really huge operation. What kind of people does it take to put this on? Great stuff. Good. I will see you then. Have a lovely rest of your week, year one. Lovely to speak to you as always, and I'll see you later.